Just a couple of things. We still have two vehicles, a Dodge Durango and a Ford Explorer that has been in and out of city shop. We had to take our Durango actually to HKT to get it fixed because they couldn't work on it and it's all electrical. HKT called me and told me that it's gonna be about just under $950 to get, basically, I don't, the brain box for the electrical. We currently have a part-time dispatch position open. That was a hard one to fill at the time. Part-time. And well, stats for the month for the Glendive Police Department culture service for 427. And citations issued were 1, not including a couple of the restaurants.
Any questions from Ms. Mills? No? All right, how about you, Mary Jo?
Mayor, I really don't have anything to say, but we just continue to feel.
Okay, well, thank you. All right, next on the agenda is committee meetings. The street committee will meet March 12th at 4 p.m. and the Cooper will meet March 12th at 4:15 p.m. And so the next item is mayor comments. I do have some comments this time, so bear with me. So I have noticed that the time is flying by. I've been the mayor now for 17 months, and I feel that together we've accomplished a lot, and I hope to complete a number of projects during the remaining 10 months of my term. So we will continue to work to digitize all the records that we can at City Hall. We have many historical items, some of which I hope to bring up out of the basement and display. And I know that sounds funny, but I mean, there are some really interesting things down there. I want everybody to be assured that we do follow all the record retention laws and we will continue to do so. Mr. Center and I met with a representative of the Glendive Job Service yesterday, and they have some new training programs where we might be able to get some workers to help us with some of the tasks of digitizing and things like that at no cost to the city. We'll continue to explore this option as one of my goals is to digitize, preserve, and properly store the city records. That still remains a high priority. We're looking at the expansion of the Triangle Park, the upgrades to the sidewalk to the Bell Street Bridge, improvements to Douglas Street, and the sidewalk project to the fairgrounds. These are all projects we hope to finish this summer. It looks like we have been approved for the grant that I applied for to do the study of Penninger Park. So I was told in the email, you know, we applied for $100,000 to get this study done. It is federal funding, so they did warn me that it could be cut. So I don't want to get too excited about it, but I did get the letter that right now we're approved. So I think that that's a positive thing, and I'll keep you posted as we move through the progress of that. Now, we do have a committee that are going to work out the details for opening the city pool. Sarah Plummer from Makosika Wellness called on Monday, and we talked about the youth tennis program, and Makosika Wellness is going to move forward with a plan to do the youth tennis program. She said the basketball program has just ended. Again, this shows that recreational programs have continued, some with very high participation levels, and none of these programs have come at a cost to city taxpayers. So as Mr. Center said, we have begun the budget process and we work to continue to provide all the services the city offers while keeping the tax burden as low as possible. We intend to have a budget that again puts some money back in reserves while maintaining but not duplicating city services. We're providing information and documents to the auditor. It is a federal audit, and I'm very grateful that we have Mr. Center as the Director of Operations to help us through this process. Now, earlier I asked all departments to limit or eliminate overtime as much as possible. So I do have a little overtime report, and this is for the fiscal year through 2/28. So it's through February. It's January 1st, 2024 to February 28th, 2025, which is 7 months. So in fire, the last year at this time, we were at $40,000, $40,327.59 in overtime. This year, we are at $15,821.22. This is a decrease of over 60%. So that is good news. The police department last year at this time had spent $86,508.61 in overtime. This year, the overtime is $42,213.98, a decrease of over 51%. So again, a great improvement. Well, again, Public Works does not come out of the general fund, and it's a little bit different situation. They have overtime because we got to clear snow, we got to fix water main breaks. So Public Works last year at this time, their overtime was $54,958.98. This year, it's $52,191.75, which is a decrease of 5%. So all the departments have had a decrease, and I'm proud of everybody for working so hard on that. Then all the ordinance changes were sent to the codifier on February 26th. I hope this project is completed by the end of my term, but if not, the majority of the work has been done for the next mayor. So just as a reminder about the mayor, if you're interested in running for the mayor of Glendive, you can file to run for this position on April 18th, 2025. We will also have 4 council seats open in addition to the mayor position. And then I had a citizen tell me why I don't ever have any fun facts about Glendive. So I found some fun facts that were in our last audit. So our city is 3.14 square miles. We have 44.8 miles of roads, streets, and alleys to maintain. The city has 37 acres of parks, including the Glendive swimming pool. According to this, our population is 4,935 people, and our daily water consumption averages 105,283 cubic feet. So I just want to say that the council and myself are very proud of our city workers. This includes the ambulance service, the fire department, the water and wastewater workers, the police, dispatch, everyone at City Hall, all the public works crews who keep our city and parks looking great. And we do appreciate the pride our city employees have in Glendive and their work and effort to keep Glendive a positive place. This makes a difference to everyone who lives here. So again, thank you to everyone who works for the city. Now, as is the policy, I cannot comment on any active lawsuits, but I thought that perhaps this might be the time to take a couple minutes and explain the MCA and the city policy for requesting public records. I know that usually what happens is someone will email me with the question and they want just a simple record. So what the MCA code is 26-1006, and this is public information requests and fees. So it says if that we must retain and publish on a state website the public information requests the agency has received and the agency's response. We're not required to publish requests or responses if it's a simple request or it pertains only to a specific person or property, including requests for vital records, licenses, permits, registration, supporting documents. So what the city does is we were required by this code 261006 that by November, we needed to have on our website a policy and a way to request documents. So we did comply with that. And so for months, we have had a policy for public record requests. And we also have a little thing that the clerk would use to make sure that the request has been completed. So we charge 25 cents per page and we charge $25 per hour for compiling requests. If the request is under 4 pages or is a simple request, it's less than $1. We just give it to whoever has requested it. We don't charge for the simple requests of 4 pages or less. So we do have a form for people to fill out. And then we ask, if there is a fee, do you want to be notified of the fee in advance? This is something that I think we'll take to the ordinance committee because some of these requests, or at least a recent one, was very lengthy. And I feel that we need to match what the policy of the school and some other agencies are, in that we would give an estimate of the cost of the request, and then we would ask for a fee in advance. Because if we've spent, many hours getting this and thousands of pages of documents, I feel that we need to have that money in advance. The other thing that this code says, and it is letter D, it says a public agency is not required to alter or customize public information to provide it in a form specified to meet the needs of the requesting person. So we collect our documents and our records, you can get them through, we can put them on a jump drive, or we just print them out as a page. We don't collect metadata. We don't collect some of these other items that might be requested, and we're not required to according to the MCA. And then it says 1C, the public agency may require the requesting person to pay the estimated fee prior to identifying and gathering the requested information. So that's something I think that we need to take forward and change our policy a little bit, just so that we make sure that we get paid before we do a bunch of work. And we only have to provide the documents in the form that we preserve them. So I think that makes it a little simpler for people to understand, and that we do have a policy. It's on our website under forms. So it's there, and if you have a request, we do try to fulfill the requests when we get them. So that's all that I have for my comments. So if there's no other information, that we could move to adjourn. All right, and Clyde seconds it. All in favor of adjourning, say aye. Thank you.
Maybe I should.